What up, it's your boy Marco from Upside Down Studios. It is What the Fuck Wednesday. How everybody doing out there in the internet land? It's been a rough one, y'all. Just let you say that right now. Before anything else, Greg, you're listening to me in the background. Hit the Instagram button. So we gonna touch on a few things that been going on in the news, and hit on a couple little personal etiquette things that me and Greg were just happen to just go over, and few here's and there's. Later on, after Dino gets his shit in his smoke, and our foreign correspondent Dino the Genetic Marvel will be joining us. But as of right now, before we bring Greg out, there is something that this was brought to my attention earlier today, and I thought it was some bullshit, but it's real. It's real. It'll never pass. At least, well, we hope it would never pass. But something called the Conception Conception Begins at Erection Act, and this is Ohio. Again, this right here ain't allegedly. This is real. So, basically, after we bring in our guests, we'll break it down fully. But basically, the gist of it is, the Democrats want to pass this bill, saying that it would be illegal for men to, how do they say it, discharge semen without the intent to fertilize. And if you were to do that, if this did get passed and you were to do that, men could face fines up to $10,000 for ejaculating without intending to procreate. Just let that sit on your head for a minute while we bring Greg out.
What up, everybody?
So you heard.
I did hit the button.
When this first come out, this Conception Begins at Erection Act. There goes.
Hold on. Yeah, you're gonna have to run by it again.
Yep.
There's Dino.
Our foreign correspondent. He had to make it past the Border Patrol and all that to get back to his studio. In the tundras of Canada, because their border's kind of fucked up too. Yeah, they have a very bad influx of Americans.
Yeah, that is factual.
So go ahead, Marco. Run this by Dino. I don't know if
so Dino, did you by chance take a gander at that bill that I sent you?
I did, sir.
Okay.
You know what? For the longest time, I did a joke. Anytime we're around November, and I tell people, I go, No Nut November started. I want you guys to know I lasted 9 hours. 8 of those hours I was asleep. But I want you to know that, like health-wise, not jizzing for a month is like holding in a baby by crossing your legs. Everyone's gonna know because you're gonna start doing some weird fucking shit. Just like that's so the idea. Yeah, 100%. That's exactly like, bro. That the degree of unhealthiness that comes with not nutting for a month is a lot. And
isn't that like 30-day-old dead frogs?
Bro, like you're gonna start shooting tadpoles. Like that's basically it.
Your fucking sperm are gonna lose their tails by the time we start shooting them.
Yeah. So the weird thing about the verbiage in this is hilarious because it's super sexist because it's only directed at men.
Right.
Because technically,
I'm
the idea
I'm pretty sure that was the point.
Yeah. Well, no, but like the whole idea is saying that a man can't ejaculate without the idea of wanting someone to get pregnant because of it.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there because I Marco read it to me as I was reading, so I got double time there. Masturbating, number one. How the hell does that get anybody pregnant?
I mean,
well, that's the point. That's the like. Well,
the exceptions exclude. So if you are using contraception, it doesn't count. If you're masturbating, it doesn't count. If it's a sperm donation, it doesn't count. Hilariously, they're like, oh, if it was if you ejaculated during an LGBTQ plus sexual activity, it also doesn't count. So if somebody, think about it this way, is if a trans man ejaculates into a woman, but they can't be charged because it was an LGBTQ plus.
No, it has to be a trans man and a lesbian.
Sure, whatever.
And then that goes back. That goes back into the trans men calling the lesbians transphobic because they won't suck their dick.
So,
all right, wait a minute, hold on. So even if it transsexual, lesbian, and all that shit, if the two have sex together, that makes them bisexual.
Technically.
Okay, so you just ruined your whole I'm a lesbian and I'm a transsexual because now you just did the act of the opposite sex of what you claim to be.
Correct.
Yeah, but all their letters are all still mixed up in that same rainbow. So as long as you got a letter in the fight, I guess you're okay.
It still qualifies under LGBTQ plus sexual activity.
So I'm curious now. Say I go to have a one night stand. Do I have to now keep a dress in my trunk? You know,
if you want a loophole, if you want a loophole, yeah.
Listen, it's just like having a baseball bat. You have to have a glove in your car as well. Otherwise, it's pretty. So if you have a dress, you have to have the shoes as well.
I'm vain like that, so I gotta have matching ones.
Right. I mean, listen.
Then my panties gotta match my bra.
It's called fashion. Sorry. That's
what gets me though is okay. So now the guy has to have intent. How do you know if the guy has intent to knock her up? Because anybody could say, "Yeah, I was planning on fucking knocking her up."
Regardless, they're saying that if it's a man having sex without contraception, regardless of what his intent is, the law sees it that his intent was to get someone pregnant. Right. Unless he begs it, doesn't count.
So now what happens when he planned to impregnate and they both just wanted to have sex and she didn't want to get pregnant? So where does that lay?
Oh, well, she's not allowed because she should catch the same fine. If she didn't want to get pregnant, but he wanted to have a baby, that's why he busted. She should have that 10 grand fine.
Listen.
Either that or hey.
Yeah, but like Dino said, everything was pointed at the male. There was nothing mentioned.
This is nothing. Yeah. This is like, look, the first time. So let's be honest, right? The third marker as a key point to this is the bill is intended as a satirical statement rather than serious legislation. That's the intent. But once again, as we've seen from the wording of this, is the intent has nothing to do with anything, right?
I totally agree with David.
And you know what? I think that's the key. What we have to remember is that these bills are being written in a fashion meant to confuse, right?
Oh, yeah,
because it all does is it clogs the legal system and backs everything up because that makes sense.
And then they got an excuse to fucking say, "Oh no, we were working on this for women's rights or this and that." Again, I was talking to Greg about this, and I figured, okay, all these they're pissing and moaning about murdering babies or reproductive rights as they call them.
Sure.
Since they just like to change the wording. I don't know how murder became reproductive rights, but okay. So, why don't we go back to the way it was before? We take it back to when Roe v. Wade was there. We put it back to the way it was. All you little fucking snowflake idiots out there who wanted to keep extending it. So this baby was high-fiving the doctor out of the coochie. We take it back to the normal set of time. We'll let you murder your babies. You don't want to be a mommy. You want to be a piece of shit your whole life. We'll let you murder your babies. But in the whole fucking spirit of equality, if a man don't want to be a dad, fuck it. You're stuck with that baby.
I think that'd be entertaining to watch. But
I mean, I don't understand what's the difference. Like, you wanted the baby, he didn't, he has to suffer. But if he wants the baby and you didn't, he still suffers because you just murdered his baby.
Correct. So the key is men never love anything. Just period. Show no love for anything, you'll be fine.
Now, to me, women just have more rights than what men do.
They always have. And then it's always
been like that. Been like that for years.
Yeah, their biggest argument is their biggest argument is, well, what government laws regulate man's body? How about the draft? Let's start there. How about the fucking draft? How about every man, no matter what, whether the draft is there or not, we still have to sign up for selective service. 18 years old. It is illegal for us not to, except if you're an illegal, but that's totally different. So let's start right there. Let's start with the chemical castrations. How about that? Or let's start with, if a man cuts a woman's titties off, I'm sure he'll spend life in prison. But a woman cuts a man's dick off, oh, she's still fucking glorified for it.
Correct.
So let's if we want to be honest, we want to be equal here, ladies. Let's be honest and equal.
How dare you use logic in this argument, sir? How dare you? Okay. This is the fact is that what we're seeing here is the final stroke, if you might call it, with regards to the idea of taking away all incentive for men to reproduce, right? Like that's basically what you're doing. Okay, so in other words, unless it's like, look, what you're doing is you're bringing in the government to every single level of a relationship where it's like, oh, if you don't pay me support, then I can get the government involved. Okay, now it's if you even shoot, that's it. It's automatically you are going to be held responsible, and it's like, okay, so then I'm just not going to do that. I'm not going to do any of those things. And now,
what's really fucked up is now this was meant to get people talking. They even said both the Democrats and the Republicans who put, the Democrats put this bill forth, the opposing side, they both know that this is bullshit, that's never going to get passed. It's supposed to start a conversation.
Right.
But what people don't realize, a bill is a fucking bill.
Yeah.
But if by some chance somebody was asleep and this bill got 2 votes opposed to 1, with 2 votes, this becomes law. Yeah. This whole joke becomes law. And that's what people fail to realize. But now I hear in Mississippi, they do have a bill proposed that is really like this. That they are trying to pass like this. And what I see more than anything, aside from the whole women's rights thing, let's look at the big picture about this. What does this push everybody to? It don't push anything about women's rights. It doesn't save babies. It doesn't get you your fucking abortion back. You know what it does? It expands the fucking rainbow. Yes. That's exactly what it does. Because what does it say there? Except for the L, the G, the B, the T, the Q, and the pluses.
Yes.
So,
well, under those grounds too, you could use the terminology, be like, well, I identify as LGBTQ plus as super straight. That's what I am. It's like, listen, this is the problem is if you want to play these games, there's a million different ways to play these games, but there's zero common sense in this bill, right? There's no thought process. No one stopped and go, oh, this might knock some sense into people. No, there's nothing.
No, right? It's fucking retarded. This ain't even Down syndrome retarded. This is just straight old school 80s fucking retarded.
Yeah. Look, there's no anyone who's like, well, this will keep people doing the right thing. You're like, no, it's not. It's not.
But yet, if you look into the Project 2025 that everybody, oh, that's the fucking end of the world. If you look in that bill or in that proposal or whatever the fuck's being pulled from there, we went over this. There's incentives to keep people together. They're saying there's incentive or it's against LGBT. No, it's just not for LGBT. It totally there's no gayness in it. It had nothing to do with the gays. It says that it will give incentives for parents to stay together. It gives incentives for families to stay together. There's tax breaks for fucking families. Now,
it actually makes
family that works. If you're a gay family, that fucking works.
Yeah, it actually accommodates for same-sex marriages and same-sex families. And be like, no. This is to incentivize a family unit, regardless of who's involved, but a family unit to stay together. And you're going,
yeah, but somehow, some way, that's anti-gay.
How dare you make me stay with someone that I said that I loved and wanted to stay with? How dare you? That I love that. Listen, the whole idea of like the vows you take in marriage is like, we've all heard till death do us part, and that's fine. And we've all understood that, hey, life happens, people go crazy, sometimes things don't work out. That's fine. But that's not the situation we're in, right? We're in people are getting married, people are getting divorced, people are changing their attitude within days for the simple fact that, well, I felt different. Okay. Well, there has to be some sort of recourse, some sort of penalty for that. And if you're going to make some sort of vow to somebody for the rest of your life, well, if you're not going to stand on that, then that's a sign of your character and you should be punished for something.
And then, and just talking from Team Guy, because I know there's both sides of the story, but this is all penises here.
Allegedly.
I got a buddy. Actually, we all three of them know him, but we got a buddy that he was head over heels over this chick. Okay. And she was I'm thinking maybe because she was younger.
Sure.
But whatever the case may be, toothless. The chick looked like Gollum. I ain't gonna lie. I'm sure maybe he had a thing for she was about maybe 4 foot tall, no teeth. But the biggest red flag aside from the teeth, if you ain't got a grill, a Rolls Royce.
Wait. There are more red flags. Is what you're saying. Okay. All right, go on. Yeah.
The teeth thing, I tell my kids this all the time. A Rolls Royce is just another piece of shit on the road if the grill's fucked up. It's just that Rolls Royce is another piece of shit if you ain't got no grill.
You're not wrong. Fine.
So, but all that aside, that's physical stuff. You ain't supposed to look at that. Maybe she got a good heart. Maybe she got something. Bitch been married 4 or 5 times. You ain't even 30 years old. How are you married 4 or 5 times? And then after they broke up, she got married again. They were together for like 3 months, maybe 4 months. So
did they get married?
Right before they got together. No, he didn't. He was going to. He was, Mark, I think this is the one. No, the fuck she ain't. What's wrong with you?
So it was number 3.
Her little badass kids running around the fucking house. You trying to play daddy. The daddy is trying to figure out where his kids is at.
Bro, this is look, the destruction of the sense of community or the family unit has been one of the most devastating moves by whoever put this forward. It is government, let's be honest, but like the government doing this and attacking the family unit has been the most devastating move that has affected people en masse, if not the world over, right?
Well, according to the melanated community, we'll just say it like that. According to the melanated community, this has been employed by the government, and it has been proven by the whole Black Lives Matter movement, that their main goal was to separate the family unit. The main goal was to take the man out of the whole situation. That's where, we got the rise of these strong women and, I don't need a man type, chicks. And we got a bunch of pussy boys now out here. So
hey, I say we take those strong, independent women and send them to war. And we just wait.
yeah,
I feel like the whole thing will take care of itself.
None of them strong, independent women want to go to the military.
Yeah.
Because the real strong, independent women from the military, I've met quite a few of them, and they do not have any inkling of the fucking mentality that these women have out here.
Well, my experience has been any woman that has served in the military, and you go, "Oh, so did you fight?" They look at you like, "What are you, stupid? Of course not. That's insane."
Oh no! See, Ray's sister was in the military, and she was in active combat. Like,
that's terrifying.
She retired from the military.
Wow.
Yeah.
But did she try and stand there and say, "Oh, I was just as good as everyone"?
No. She like I said, she does not think any one bit of any of this horseshit that's going on in society right now.
Look, that's the big difference is you have people who are not involved, not competing, and not responsible for the ramifications of their decisions, making choices. Like, look, the idea that if you're a politician and you vote to go to war, your children should be front of the line. Sorry, that you should be responsible, right? If your actions should be accountable to you. That's not unreasonable.
I don't feel like they should be put to the front of the line, because then that's kind of also it's a way of singling out again in either way. But I do believe
that it's really not their fault, so you can't really put them at the front of the line.
But I do believe that little motherfucker Winthorpe, whatever the third, his name should be in the fucking box, just like everybody else's. His name should be in the box. Oh, Camilla, whatever the fuck her name is, her name should be in the fucking box. Equality.
Oh, no. I don't think they should be in the box. They should be. Fine, not the front of the line, but they've just been drafted. That's officially. I would. They don't have a chance. No. It's the same idea. A judge breaks the law, they should be held doubly accountable because they should know what they're doing. So a politician who says, no, we're going to war, good. All of their kids just got drafted. That's fine. Hey, they may be secretaries. That's fine. But they are all getting drafted. You know why? Put your money where your mouth is, sir. Otherwise, zip it and sit down.
And then, and just a compound on that, though. I mean, if we were to go to a system like that, then maybe some of these brats would come back with a little bit of respect for our fucking country, with a little bit of respect for our laws, with a little bit of goddamn common sense. So we do have a new generation of politicians that might actually give a fuck about the country. So, I mean, you do got a point there. I do give you on that one. Shit.
Well, look, we've seen this though for how many years? Is that the idea? I believe it was Clinton. Clinton was the first draft dodger that was elected, right? Or was it before him?
I think there was quite a bit of draft dodgers.
Well, Bill Clinton was I think one of the first where people didn't really give a shit anymore, right?
Right.
And you're going, well, that's the problem. You have somebody who's commander in chief who's responsible for the death of millions. Let's be honest, right? Whether they're his people or not, he's responsible for the death of millions, right? And doesn't have any skin in the game, right? It's not
ever since then, because I think Biden did it, and I think Trump did. Trump didn't dodge the draft. Trump had heel spurs.
I got flat feet too, so whatever.
A lot of people take that and laugh at it, but that is one of the big things in the military. Like, is your feet. Your feet. If you got a fucking bum toe or whatever, I mean, you could be a perfect fucking specimen of the super soldier. You got a bum fucking paw back down there, and you're fucked.
Yeah. that's just the logistics of it. And you're in the army. You're spending time on your feet.
Most of the time, well, back in our days, we were all on our feet. Now everything is automated. But in the next 10 to 20 years, these soldiers are going to be sitting in a fucking in a room, a game room, and they're going to have a fucking PC or a fucking little controller, and that's going to be their soldier out in the field.
I mean, I like video games just as much as the next guy. Put me in there. Put me in, coach.
I think it's going to be like the Sovereign from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Remember?
Listen. Well, that's the one thing that North America has, and North America, but I mean Canada and the United States and parts of Europe too, is that they value human life, right? We value human life if you're actually alive-ish. If you're not alive, you get 0 rights. But ultimately, the rest of the world don't give a shit, right?
Yeah. So, you haven't been keeping up on American news.
What's
Yeah,
that?
apparently we value a lot of dead people's lives. Doge found a lot of dead people collecting Social Security, a lot of dead people collecting food stamps, a lot of dead people getting taxes. We had what was it, 20, 30,000 dead people fucking vote.
Oh, bro. Listen, I remember they were saying for the 2020 election, there were an extra 15 million votes were cast that weren't around for 2016 and weren't around for 2025. You're like,
yeah, and everybody's like, "Where's the votes? Where are the votes?"
Yeah, that's a fair question.
Implying that Trump cheated. No, because Trump's side is saying where are the votes because them fuckers appeared back in the day too.
Yeah, this is listen. This is the problem, and I'm so frustrated with people who are like, how dare this guy come in and tell us where our money's going and then it shouldn't be going there. And you're like, that's the greatest government agency that's been created. Like, bro, the idea that Doge is a real thing now, the only thing I can compare that to was I was walking around New York City at like 3:00 in the morning and we came upon a building that was very fancy. And the security guard opened up and we're like, what building is this? He's like, it's the building of buildings. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, puts a sign. It was the Department of Buildings. So it was the building of buildings. I'm like, this is the coolest thing. And I'm like, now there's a Doge is the Department of Government Efficiency. You're like, listen, these are great things. And if you don't realize that, you're the problem, right? The fact that people are like, oh, they should be spending on money for a trans orchestra in Guatemala. It's good for the American people. You're like, what fucking planet are you on, bro? What? None of that entire sequence of words makes any fucking sense.
And did you see that apparently the world police or whatever the fuck they're called want to put out a warrant for Donald Trump for war crimes because he stopped U.S. aid. So yeah, war crimes and genocide because he stopped U.S. aid to all these other countries.
There's a former leader of a country in Africa who went to a conference with other African leaders, and he's like, you're all complaining that the U.S. isn't sending you money when you guys aren't doing your job. Like, what are you talking about? Why aren't they sending us anywhere? What? That's not your country. What are you complaining about?
Yeah. And he even put it out there. I mean, because he wasn't pro-America. He was actually pro-Africa. He's like, this gives us a chance to bring innovation and industrial shit and jobs and real, help and real shit to Africa. So this is a good thing. And these people are all like, there was one girl they did an interview with. And I don't know if they tried to make a puff piece sob story or something about it, but it did not help the cause at all. This girl comes up. She walks up. She already looks like a hooker. I mean, I'm not trying to talk shit. That's the way she was fucking dressed.
My interest has already peaked. So
she walks to wherever this fucking clinic was that she was getting her AIDS medicine because she has AIDS. And she's like, what do you mean it's not open? The lady was like, no, the U.S. quit funding it, so they closed down the thing. Well, I need my AIDS medicine. How am I supposed to not give other people AIDS? Once you find out you got AIDS, bitch, you're done. You stop. Start playing or something, bitch. You're done. Game over. You rode the wrong. We all lose the gambling game every once in a while. You lost.
Listen,
you're lucky you're still alive.
That attitude is persecutory against prostitutes who have AIDS. You can't stop them
here in the
because
States,
they have a
AIDS and you willingly have sex with somebody unprotected. That's attempted murder.
That's an American rule, sir. In the rest of the world, that's just called the risks of doing business.
Fuck.
Surprise! It comes with a side order of AIDS. That's just
wow.
That's a high risk investment.
Hey, man.
with low yield.
Wow.
That's why they have that new bill. It's 10 grand if you were trying to get a AIDS prostitute pregnant. That's 10 grand. It's expensive. That's why you could double bag it.
You have to get the AIDS prostitute
I
pregnant.
mean, listen, maybe it was a prostitute that put that bill forward. Be like, hey, anytime somebody tries to do it without a bag on, 10 grand. That's the price. That's right for Charlie Sheen. He didn't want to put a bag on it. He had AIDS. There you go.
You guys remember the video with the chick that was running around talking about how she gave everybody AIDS? She was sleeping with all these people and all this shit. Oh, now I gotta find it.
Damn. Like, I've heard that people have started getting charged for that kind of stuff, which I'm like, absolutely. Like, if you knowingly had HIV or full-blown AIDS and you were out there banging people, yeah, you're part of the problem, bro.
If you spit on somebody and you got HIV or AIDS, that's attempted murder. That's a big.
Those are from the Fauci laws, though. That guy's nuts, right?
That's big here, man. Like the cop, especially if it's a cop.
Oh yeah,
on the fucking cop. Jesus Christ, you might as well fucking shot him.
Or throw an acorn on his car. That's one of the two. You never know. Those acorns are very, very mean.
Shots fired.
Shots fired from the person who's, handcuffed and hogtied in the back of my car.
Speaking of fuckwits, man, did you see the one fucking cop? The dude had a gun. The dude got out the car. He said he had a gun.
He went where is it? In my pocket.
To get the gun and shot the dude in the fucking leg.
Yeah. Which, bro. And they were freaking out, and she's like, and they're like, put the gun down. She's like, okay. You're like, how did you? Why? Like, look, everyone, bro, I don't have a gun. And I know if it's a gun, you keep your finger outside of the trigger just in case. If anything, to protect anything from touching that trigger.
Especially if you're reaching in somebody's pocket. You grab the motherfucking very bottom of when you feel the round piece, you go down an inch. You know.
Hey, can you imagine if it is wiener? Bro. Hey, I would ruin that woman's life. Like, I would go after her personally, the police force, the academy. She's ruined that guy's life. Like,
dude, that dude definitely gonna remember that whole incident every time it rains. I'll tell you that,
bro. And he was coming on. He's like, they're like, you are armed? Yeah. Where is it? Something. I'll show you my hands. No problem. Yeah. Search me. No problem. Hey, I'm telling you, it's right there. And then she shot him. Like, bro.
He was totally cooperative, and yeah.
And did you see his face? And he's like, "Why would you do that? Why would you shoot me? Did she shoot me?" And you're like, "Bro, this guy was doing the right thing." And you see the look on her face. She's like, "Oops." It's not an oops thing, yo. You didn't stuff my Jordans. You shot me with my own gun.
All the good cops are fucking gone. All the good cops are gone. We got this fucking whole wave, this whole generation of fuckwits that come about after the whole George Floyd horse shit. And the training is just, I mean, I feel like, now the police academy has become the same thing as a lot of these schools. You don't need a diploma to be a teacher at.
Yeah. Wow. Listen, if things go right, the Department of Education is going to be gone soon. So it's fine. We're good. Fair. One way or another. I tell a joke on stage where I'm like, I want to get a job as the driving examiner. And I'm just going to fail everyone. I'm like, I'm hitting it at the problem at the source. I don't need people who can or can't drive. No one's passing. There are too many people on the road.
We're thinning this out. We're thinning the traffic out now.
We're stopping right at the get-go. Yeah. So in the same sense, that's fine. Yeah. This is why none of this makes any sense, right? Like the idea that people are putting this stuff forward and you're like, for what? And you're like, oh, we need more multicultural police. Okay, cool. We still need police officers to be over 5'7". Is that okay? So how many girls do you know that are over 5'7"? Just a question.
Oh,
okay.
Quite a few.
Okay, but you're also a fucking weirdo pervert. So normal men don't know as many women who are also Amazons. Okay.
I feel attacked because I know quite a few that are over 5'7".
You said it, not me, Greg. That's on you. Okay. Maybe you've been hanging out with Marco too much. No.
Holy shit.
But like, listen, bro, that's not the likelihood that you're going to find a woman that's over that height, but then also that isn't also like is in good. Like, look, a woman that's over 5'7" that's in good shape that could take down a man. is not a cop. She's a movie star. She's a bodybuilding world champion. She's like, this is not how that
She
works.
lives out in the country. She works for Amazon, and I've seen her lift a deer that weighs more than me on her back. Scary.
Yeah, but hey,
know
she
it.
gets
You
paid
know
by the
it.
government to not get involved in the world's politics because it's not. Yeah,
You
keep the giants in the forest. It's fine.
You met Ray. I mean, one of the scariest fucking phone calls I've ever met in my life. And I've told this story on stage. Like, this was like after, like, I met Ray on a whitewater rafting trip.
Yeah.
You know, we spent the weekend together. That's how we met. Well, after that, we went about our ways. She lives an hour away from me. So that following weekend, I get a call out of, or a text out of in middle of the night. And, you know, as a guy, is my experience, when you get a text at midnight or anything later,
you a goddamn booty call.
Yeah.
So
Someone's touching wieners. Yeah.
I get the message. What are you doing?
I'm doing something.
Didn't hear what's up. How you doing?
Maybe
And,
you. Maybe
he
you.
He said something about there's something about something happening in front of her house or whatever. I'm like, okay. So then a few minutes later,
Stay in the house.
She's sending me pictures of a bloody fucking road. So I'm like, what the hell? And she lives across from the woods, and she lives by like catty
Get
corner.
Your ass back in the house.
So, I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? So then I get a message. I seen her running. I'm going after her. So I'm thinking maybe car accident, maybe a girl got you know, like she's hurt. She's, you know. So then they're sending, like, I'm getting more and more of these pictures of bloody things. Like, she's sending me pictures of her bloody, her boots are bloody. I'm thinking in my head, am I an accomplice? Like, what the fuck is going on?
You're now an alibi, bro.
Yeah, so then I'm
delete all these pictures. I'll be at your house soon.
I get this message. I'm dragging her out of the woods. And I'm like,
God.
Like I'm like, now mind you, now this is going on like 1:32 in the morning now. So then I get another message calling the police, waiting for them to come. So I'm thinking, all right, so somebody's fucking seriously hurt or whatever. And then I get another message, threw her on the gut pile behind the garage. What the fuck is a gut pile? That sounds like something out of a fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Here, around 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, this bitch fucking messages me. The warden came out. They said I'm good for the tag. We're gonna make a deer jerky out of it. You dirty bitch! I thought you fucking murdered somebody. I didn't know who the fuck I was talking. Like, I'm like, I met this chick in the woods, and then I'm thinking, yeah, when I first saw her, she was carrying firewood by the log on her shoulder. This fucking deer that she pulled out was almost 200 pounds. I'm only $150 to $180 soaking wet. So, yeah. I don't want to hear this. It's very rare to find somebody over 5'7" that's fit this and that. Yeah.
Hey,
Ray might be able to press you, Dino.
Oh, I've never wanted to fight Ray more than right now. Okay, me and her in a ring just to see what happens. I mean, that's fair.
That country girl fucking Russell's bear.
Oh, I love. Hey, this is the best part is, like, I remember back in the day, like, because I was the first school in like suburban area. The other school, the other neighboring school, which was the only other high school, was big country. So I would go there to rumble, and they would be like, because I'm like, what's the matter, little boys? You afraid of little city boy? And I would fucking do damage every time. That's why I'm like, country people? Oh, yeah. Now I don't have to pull punches. It's nice. They're used to getting fucking kicked in the chest by a horse. It's nice.
See, our country boys out here are big hay-fed motherfuckers that look like you, but twice your size.
Oh, they are the Hey, there's nothing more consistent than country fuckers being big and having an appetite. And I'm like, no problem. I'm from the city. I'll cut you. That's fine. Yeah. It's one of those. See, this is the difference is, like, I believe every country has missed its opportunity because they forgot that those that live in the country are already weaponized. Like they're in the food chain. And you're like, that's the problem, is you're like, you have an entire group of people who are in the city who have never had to make their own meal or fight for their own food. And they're like, oh, this is easy. And you're like, no, life isn't easy. You have it easy because you're a piece of shit. It has nothing to do with everybody else, right? Like that's the difference between it all. But yeah, it's very backwards.
Speaking of false flagging,
All right.
did you hear that there is a new? It's an they're calling it an anti-Obama film or documentary, but apparently in this documentary or whatever, it shows Obama's mama was in port. And there's the old black and white fucking porn pictures, like they show her. Like, first of all, Barry's mama got you can tell where Barry got his ass from. She's flat-assed like a motherfucker. I mean, she got dimples in her back where the fucking ass cheek should be.
Nice.
Like it goes flat and then it kind of cups up under. It's like one of
their
butts.
That's fair.
So we know why Obama wears the mom jeans. But what I found what I found so funny about these pictures that are being shown is they try to edit them with black bars.
Oh, right.
And the fucking editing makes it 1,000 times worse.
Oh, really?
Because there's like one in particular. Like she looks like she's trying to bend over a fucking like a old school like chair, like the living room chairs that were kind of all stuffed, and remember them old ones, and they rock. She looked like she was trying to throw her ass out this way and go over it, but she was butt naked. So they put the fucking black bar right down the crack of her ass.
Well,
what the hell? I think Greg and Ricky are trying to. I don't know what they got going on there. There's two of Greg and Ricky's down there.
Interesting.
Do you need me to bring you? Oh, there they go.
They don't want the story set.
Oh,
hold on. They can't.
Hilariously, Ricky's face is covered by the.
Yeah, Ricky got the legs right in his
Ricky has to slouch like this. Just, I am Ricky. It's okay.
There you go. So, yeah.
All right. So, can we hear everybody, and everybody can hear us?
Yeah. Say something, Ricky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ricky's good.
All right.
So,
fucking golden.
Did you hear what we were talking about?
Not a fucking thing.
Obama's mama got a porn. An old black and white porn at that.
This is where we're gonna start the story. I guarantee this is why everything just happened. For the last 12 hours, I've been talking to Stormy Daniels' daughter. Okay. Stormy Daniels' daughter, or Stormy Daniels, had an affair with some prince. Okay. Had a bunch of illegitimate children. All of these children, all in porn. About 17 or 30 different names. I got the list here. And the company Sky Productions, which produced all of Stormy's stuff, is a underground crypto mining company. There's only two places, and it's all being mined by Moscow and the Russians, because I just had fucking $2,000 taken off me about an hour ago.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Damn.
So how did you get in touch with Stormy Daniels' daughter?
Just I've sent my bitches randomly. I just asked her that. So here's the kicker: I didn't know any of this. I put the whole entire story together and then told her. She's like, I don't want to talk about it yet.
And I don't want to talk about it.
She's supposed to be here in an hour. What the fuck? Now I want to know.
So do you think this chick is legitimately Stormy Daniels' daughter?
Yeah. She has 2,000 movies. I found all of her movies, so I kind of figured it was like a scammer or something. All right, all right, whatever. I respect her hustle. I was talking to her for like 4 or 5 hours, and I found out she was a scammer within 5 minutes talking to her. All right.
Yeah.
I told her, hey, heads up, because I was waiting for her to kind of like say something. I got 200 movies out there that are fucking great. And she's like, oh, well, most other chicks just kind of want to block you and everything right there. Just hold on. All right. Just give me a second.
Yeah.
Let me help you. Okay. Because you guys are doing this shit fucking horribly. It took me 10 minutes to figure out everything. It's all on the internet. Now my headset's fucking cutting out. I just want to know why the fuck am I a target?
I'd blame
I want to
Marco.
know why the fuck you just did that and then got on my show.
If anything, the hitman's coming to me, bro.
Targets.
They shouldn't have taken $2,000 and fried my fucking phone for a nobody. Why? I have nothing to my fucking name.
Oh, that's wild.
How did they get into how did they get into your finances?
Bitcoin.
Bro.
Bitcoin, your fucking 3 different apps are on there. Yeah.
Oh fuck. Yeah, that's my question whether I'm gonna fuck with Bitcoin.
No, here's the kicker though. Was it in here within the last year or two? The Stormy Daniels, okay, the 100 and some accusations that Trump had against himself,
yeah,
were from Stormy Daniels.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe there's a Nigerian prince that's involved with this.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like this is that might not be the Stormy Daniels you're thinking of. It might be just
family.
It might be Stormy, like the chick who works at the palace.
No. The list it's got to be 50 or 60 names of just different combinations of like Summer, Storms, and Daniels, like all that weird shit. I got the list right here.
Bro, this is messed up.
Yeah.
So what are you trying to call when she showed
What the
up?
fuck
You
Wednesday
like
just saying?
demanding your
I'm
money?
gonna catch a hole in the head. I already see that shit happening. Like honestly.
Bro.
But I told her the same thing. It's like, why? Why the fuck me?
Huh.
They don't care.
Yeah,
they just want to fucking ruin somebody.
I come to the conclusion that it had to be illegals who fucking got into my Amazon account. I mean, who buys a $600 fucking leaf blower?
Someone who's serious about leaves.
Mexicans.
$3,500 or whatever the fuck it was. Underneath it, like on the little wording on your like emails, at like very bottom of it, it has Moscow written all fucking over.
Bro.
Well, so maybe you should go on True Social and be like, Mr. Trump, can you get my money back like you got that teacher back?
I mean, hey, there's no harm in asking.
Fuck that. They're trying to do this erection conception bill, so I mean, nothing sillier than that shit. So how did you make the arrangement with them coming to see you?
I started freaking the fuck out on this bitch. And it's like, just give me a goddamn phone, all right? Just my fucking phone.
Yeah.
And I started freaking the fuck out and fucking crying. And she's like, I asked her, I was like, what are you doing for fucking Valentine's Day? She's like, nothing. And then she's like, what if I come and see you? Which is, all right, here comes the hit.
So wait a minute. She went from getting you for $2,000 to wanting
it wasn't her.
So who got you for the money?
It says something Moscow on it.
So like how is that crypto connected to her? Being that like it's ran by the same
Sky Productions produced all of their films, thousands of films.
Right.
They only have 2 locations, which I have their locations written down. And those 2 locations are where the servers are at. Mass servers running Bitcoin.
Huh. So you're thinking that they pretty much used her and went while she's baiting you to get into your shit.
It's a weird bait. So she had to leave Cali for some fucking reason. I forget what it is here of like
fire.
Boyfriends or something died or whatever shit like that. And well, another thing too, their whole prostitution ring runs through Sky Productions. You can go up there and hire these, film actresses to take pictures.
Do whatever.
Yeah.
So this is sounding kind of Diddy-ish. I mean, did you by chance see if Sky Productions had anything to do with Bad Boy?
Oh, they Skype runs through their servers. I did figure that one out.
That's fucking crazy. So, how did that connect with Obama's mama getting naked?
You said porn.
There you go. That's how everything comes
Who's
together.
one of the biggest porn stars there is? Stormy Daniels. Like,
True.
See, I didn't know about Stormy Daniels until the whole Trump thing. Mine was Bridget the Midget.
That's not surprising at all.
It was right. when they hit him with all that shit. The one thing that stuck out of all of it was her. It was $130,000 payoff because they were involved somehow with killing one of her family members or some shit.
See, the original story was he was trying to shut her up because he didn't want his wife to know about it. And then they said that was election interference. And then, that's how they compounded the minor misdemeanor into a felony. Because it was actually, the original charge was fraudulent bookkeeping or some shit like that. Because he put it down as a legal cost or whatever.
Well, because he paid his lawyer and the lawyer paid her, right?
Right. So I mean that makes sense to me. If I'm paying my lawyer, legal lawyer, legal law, I mean,
yeah.
Just saying. Wow. Fuck, Ricky.
Yep. Over.
So
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Can't really see it too well.
It's okay because that might be incriminating. Don't show it.
Right.
Put the fucking bullet in my head. Let's fucking go. All right. Oh, right now she just said she's not on her way now too. So
Okay.
Perfect.
your funds are awaiting approval. Take action. Wednesday, 12:25, 9:30 to 10:30, Moscow Standard Time. Thank you for your order. We've initiated the order and are actively fulfilling the fulfillment. Go to the official website. Organizer Ronald Evans, whatever.
So, what did they say you ordered? Was it Bitcoin or
It was a $3,500 order. No.
of what? I want my fucking order. I'd be writing the motherfuckers back. We gonna have to change the
They're
fucking
running
delivery.
fulfillment and just fucking hitting everybody's shit.
What the fuck?
If this is my last rabbit hole, fuck you. Motherfuckers.
That's a kick in the dick right there, man.
Very much so. Aggressively so.
Yeah. So I guess with our last few minutes here, one of the about as just as wild as that bullshit right there. An article, and not only an article that's been making its rounds around media, but also I've seen the fucking interview with her, and it's just as ridiculous as they're writing the articles. Cardi B had a fit because Donald Trump was at the Super Bowl. And the reason, and that was her first video. She was like, why the fuck is he at the Super Bowl, this and that. Then the second video come out. Now, I don't know if it was like a clip from the first, if it was all one video and they chopped it up or whatever. She's claiming that Donald Trump owes her $3,000 for a pair of shoes because Secret Service wasn't letting anybody through the VIP area, so they had to walk around, and her $3,000 shoes got messed up. So she feels that Donald Trump owes her $3,000. Third video comes up. Third video comes out. It says, well, I know you're probably not going to pay for these shoes, so why don't you just bring my uncle back that you deported?
And there's the reason why she's making a fit.
Right. But you brought shoes up? If I was Donald Trump, I'd send you a shoes and say with a note that says sorry about your uncle.
I mean, one or the other. That's fine.
Card from the uncle that says "Wish you were here."
I mean, as one does. That's fair.
Now, the odd thing about that one is Cardi B ain't a citizen.
She isn't?
No, because she had a video a couple months ago out when they were talking about the whole deportations, this and that. And she was bitching that she pays so much taxes in America and she spends so much money in America that she should automatically be granted citizenship.
What is she a citizen of?
I don't know. Venice, lives Hill.
No, I just looked it up. Googling it, she was born in the Bronx in New York in 1992.
Yeah, so what the hell?
She doesn't even know that she's a citizen of this country. Nice.
Right,
Good.
yeah. So she's a citizen.
Yeah, so what the hell is she even so she's talking out her ass the whole fucking about everything.
Maybe it was during a movie and she was just thinking of things to say.
That bitch ain't no damn movies.
Well, yeah, but listen, we all know during the movies they got things to say. That's fine.
Yeah, fucking I don't know, forget it. She just what was the fucking country?
Hey, the entire country needs to stop giving people in entertainment a voice to be heard. There's no reason they should be heard. Do your movies, be rich, and shut the fuck up. Right? Even your politicians are trying to dramatize politics. When you're like, yeah, Brahma, that's absolutely not. Just shut the fuck up.
Well, on that note, did you hear the whole controversy with Anthony Mackie and Captain America?
Oh, I already have tickets to watch it on Valentine's Day. Victoria bought them. It's very exciting.
Yeah, that fucking fool. First of all, I've already heard the reactions, and people are saying it's as a kind of like the action scenes are good, but as far as the Captain America movie, it's not. Because the whole premise about that movie was it was an anti-Trump movie, right? Like Disney, Bob Iger banked that Donald Trump was not going to win the election, and the Harrison Ford character was supposed to portray Trump. He was the bad guy, and once Trump won, they had to fucking redo the whole goddamn movie last night. So there was 4 different rewrites and 2 different reshoots. They damn near reshot the whole fucking movie.
I mean, I'm enjoying it.
So that's where that part comes in. But fucking Anthony Mackie, I think he was in maybe Ireland or he was in another country. No, it was Italy. And
that's fine.
They asked him, they was like, so how does it feel to be the new Captain America? What does it mean to you or whatever? And he says that I'm proud to wear, I'm proud to portray this, and he's a symbol of freedom, and Captain America means a lot to me, but I'm not sure if America is what that is all about. And everybody, now I can see where people are having a fit about it, because it kind of, if you look at it a certain way, it kind of implies that, America is not America the way, Captain America is. But on another hand, okay, maybe Captain America means more to him or something more closer or something. He didn't extrapolate on it. But then, to make it worse, he did another interview with somebody else where he was like, why don't y'all just shut the fuck up and go to the movies? Like, literally, he said, shut the fuck up and go to the movies.
That's what he should be saying.
I mean, I don't know. I guess where the fans are having a fit about it or whatever. I mean, true diehard comic book fans and everything. Captain America, just like Superman, that was like the symbol of America. That was the symbol, that we grew up with. That was the shield, the red, white, and blue. I mean, I remember when they came out with the comic book run where they showed that Captain America was really secret Hydra agent. And fucking people fucking shit Skittles, dude. Yeah. Oh my God, people had a fucking fit. And the same way when the death of Superman, or when they went out with the Injustice run, where Superman ended up becoming this big dictator because the Joker made him kill Lois Lane. Like, that to do that, and then you see the outrage in the fucking people. Like, you know, you just took one of their symbols of maybe their last bit of patriotism, and you fucking pulled your cock out and pissed all over it.
Basically, yeah.
So, and then they're like, you know, you notice that there was no Super Bowl trailers for it. There was no, you know, there's very little trailers for that fucking movie, and it's about it's already out. Whereas they're playing up the Thunderbolts. They're trying to.
Yeah.
They're pretty much, you know. I don't think Mackie is going to be Captain America too much longer, and I think that whole run there is going to fucking go dry because people are calling it more of a Hulk 2 instead of the Captain America.
I don't know. We'll see.
So,
I don't know. You know what? I think that it still comes back to the same thing. People who are trying to make things, you know what? It's just going to be a lot of explosions and violence, and just take it for that and enjoy. You know, people need to stop having opinions that are irrelevant. Like, oh, how does this display on Donald Trump? But nobody cares. Just fucking, it's a movie. Get over yourself. The fact that they were trying to use it as a political statement is stupid in and of itself, because that clearly is not working anymore.
What really gets me though is if they would have put a slender black man as president, you know, short hair and a big manly wife, yeah, everybody would have fucking went nuts. Everybody would have went nuts. If they would have had some skinny, light-skinned black dude as president and Patrick Ewing as fucking, you know, the first lady, fucking people would have went nuts.
I definitely want to see a movie with Patrick Ewing as the first lady, though. Let's just go on record for that one. That is our idea. If you do that, you owe us money.
Yeah, dude. My sister and I got into a big debate way back about when Trump was first running, and I said something about, or somebody posted how beautiful Michelle Obama is and how she's the spitting image of class and this and that. I'm like, that bitch looks just like Patrick Ewing with no mustache. And all these people had a fucking fit. So I went and found a picture of Michelle Obama, and I found a picture of Patrick Ewing with no mustache. Okay. And the only fucking difference was the hairdo. One had perm hair down, the other one had the little fucking box on the top of his head. That is it.
I think it's funny that we've had conversations where Marco's like, I don't know why I offend people. And it's like, we none of us asked that question. We all know. This might be one of those conversations, just so you know.
Google it.
I'm not saying, I didn't say you're wrong. I'm just saying some people, not anyone here, but some people don't want that kind of truth thrown into their face, like for breakfast. Maybe that's like a after buffet conversation. You know, somebody has to be fully satisfied food wise before they're willing to admit that it's Patrick Ewing.
Willing to take Big Mike sausage.
I mean, like it's about timing. It's about timing. I think that's fair.
You see on Google now, like they don't even call him Barack. It's Barry Santoro. You know, the name that wasn't his real name. You look up who Barry Santoro is. That's Barack Obama.
I'm not putting that on my computer. Then they're going to come after. They're going to get Ricky, and then they're going to come after me, bro. I'm not putting that on my computer. Are you crazy?
I've been saying this forever. You know, like the whole marriage between the Obama's fucking parents, you know, was set up by the CIA and another 3-letter organization, all to control some other folks. And Barry was the fucking, you know, the product of that. So they kind of skirted him through the whole system. He was going to be the new golden child. That's why you can't find anything on any real background on him. And then magically, after he's out of office, oh yeah, we got a birth certificate right here. But there's been people who've analyzed the copy of the birth certificate, the official copy that comes off of the government website. If you blow it up, you could see eraser marks and like where they overlaid shit. Like it ain't even a good job.
We just got you to not be flagged by the NSA like every 4 minutes, and you're gonna start talking about this shit. Like, what the fuck, bro?
Dude, they
like just enjoy your freedom for 10 minutes. Like you're still on parole, and you're like, you know what I need? That guy's car. No, just calm down.
Give me my fucking money back then. All right. I was getting high into my basement, leaving everybody alone.
We're all going to hell for this one.
Like I said, you know, they even did it with the Proud Boys. when they brought like they brought in evidence that the Proud Boys supposedly said this, and this in certain text messages or whatever. Well, whoever who set up the Word document or whatever, from the opposing side's team, lawyers or whatever, who are bringing out this evidence,
Right.
they hand over a flash drive to the Proud Boys fucking lawyers. And they got a laptop at the table. They pop in the flash drive, and they're looking at this, and you see like the looks on the lawyers' faces, like something right here. So then you click on it. Apparently, whatever document program, whatever they were using, it didn't delete whatever they were trying to delete.
Even
what
better.
it did was it hid it. And all you have to do is click the fucking buttons, and everything that they deleted showed up. And the lawyer was like, "Hey, Your Honor, can you look at this real quick?" And, like everything, like so, all the text that they were taking out of context had like paragraphs and paragraphs that led into it that showed that no, this wasn't what they were talking about or doing. That this is what was actually happening. They got messages from the 3-letter offices talking about how they were going to shut down the Proud Boys' wives' banks accounts just to make their lives living hell and all this other shit. Like a lot of vindictive kind of psyop type bullshit to try to make to try to fucking make these guys buckle. And for those people who like love to call the Proud Boys the big racist fucking group, white supremacists, just know that most of them are Hispanic, including the leader. So just he's Puerto Rican. Fuck you guys.
If we didn't even need more reason to annex Puerto Rico out of America, now we don't. That's okay. It's all going down. That's fine. Hey, you know what? At least we know where to work with it. It's fine. Jesus Christ. You know what? We almost got you know what? I'm sorry, Ricky. I'm going to blame this one on you. We were like at 50 minutes and everything was okay. And then you come on here. You know what I want to know? And Marcos just was like, I'll take all those questions and just drove right off a cliff. I mean, I get it, Ricky, but that's bro. We got to figure that out.
Yep. So before we end this, Stormy or Umfufu or whoever the fuck has been playing with Sputnik and shit like that, get this man his fucking money. We broke over in this motherfucker. Go hit somebody with some goddamn money, assholes.
But just fucking fuck off. Just don't do it to anybody. You know what?
Right.
Go steal politician money like everybody else, like God intended. Okay.
Go get the government's money.
They try to do that with one of the I think it was Chuck Grassley's. Was it Grassley's grandson? One of the senator's grandsons. They committed suicide because of that shit. He was on one of them apps or whatever, and he thought he met a girl online, and here was somebody in Africa scamming him, and he started sending pictures. So, or I guess they sent him pictures, so he started sending pictures, and then they were like, well, we know you're Senator so-and-so's son, and we're going to show everybody these pictures if you don't give us this money. So he wired them, I forget how, I think it was like $3,000 or $5,000. And then after he sent the money, they still said that they were going to fucking put him, that he had to send more money, or they were going to release the pictures, and the kid killed himself.
Listen, that's the fact is that like there's these people are bad people, and the fact is that we all know that the government has every authority. Look, when they wanted, remember how Bitcoin, they were like it's untraceable, but when it came to the government need taxation, suddenly everything was traceable, right? This is we've been given a bill of sale of information that is clearly not true, and look. We know that they can track it. If they can shut down people's bank accounts for protests, which they've done in Canada, which, like, let's be honest, Canada has like the second tier wish.com version of whatever technology America has. Okay. Like we get it off Temu, and you guys are out here with like Amazon Prime. That's basically how
you're for war with America.
Listen, I'm just telling you, don't make us send the geese. Okay. If we send the geese, you guys are fucked, because our geese will fuck up your eagles. Hey, they fuck up your eagles, bro. Don't even step, okay? Just trust me there. Okay, the Eagles. Once the Eagles are airborne, there's no turning back. Okay, I'm just.
Well, here's something I found out a while ago. Actually, it was a radio host here at 93.3, Viking Jim. He was also a big history buff.
Yeah.
America already lost the war to Canada.
Yeah, we burned that mother to the ground, bro. This is why everyone
cross on fucking horses like Mounties and shit.
Bro, this is the problem is so many people forget the Geneva Conventions were not because of stuff that Germany did. It's because of the shit that Canada pulled during the war. Okay. Canada, we're the guys who people were starving. We're like, all right, let's send them some food. So we would throw one can, throw a second can, and when they all started to converge, then we throw a grenade and go, ha! Joke's on you. Those aren't sausages. It's a bomb. And like, listen, we are. Listen, when you have to be stuck in your home,
you guys stole that from the Americans because the Americans did that. Oh, you guys are cold? Here's a blanket, a chew.
Oh, shit.
You get to use it only every 80 years.
Listen. I'll be honest. You guys were the first for biological warfare. We're more so for shenanigan warfare, right? Like we're more is that a shoe? Nope, it's an IED. Bang! It's fun. It's fun. We like to have fun because listen, when you're stuck in the snow for 6 months of the year, like listen, right now I'm getting like 8 inches of snow that I'm gonna have to be shoveling in the next couple of hours. So when you have time to ponder, how would I deal with the situations while you're shoveling snow? I'm telling you, the incredible things you can creatively come up with are definitely war crimes. They're war crimes.
I see that right now, the easiest way to do these mass deportations would go down to the protests. They already gathered. Take one really, really white lady, set her in the middle of the road with a fuck Mexican shirt on. They'll fucking come like roaches. You air flight the white lady out by helicopter once they're all gathered around, and you come and swoop in.
I think it would be funny though if they took everyone who was at a protest and just said, "Oh, you guys are all illegal," and just sent them wherever, and then be like, "Oh, it'll be cleared up in the paperwork. Sorry, you can't talk to us. We just arrest. It's a different department," and they just get sucked into the bureaucracy. That is fun. It is fun.
Now, the silly thing about that is there was a movie back in the day. This is when, the illegal problem wasn't really a big issue. We all joked about it. A handful of illegals come across. They worked in the fucking fields or whatever down below. They didn't cause a problem. There was no gangs. There was none of that shit. They integrated it into the system. Back in the day, it was called, they had Cheech Moran in it. It was called Born in East LA. And it was pretty much the premise was he was a legal citizen. He was in East LA, and he went down to this factory or whatever to get a job. Either he was picking up his cousin or he was going to get a job or whatever. Right. And as he walked in, the place got raided. So he didn't have his driver's license or nothing on him, and they deported him. So he's trying to call back. He's trying to make his phone call back. But he only got non-English speaking people in the fucking house. So he's on the answer machine. I'll never forget, Paul Rodriguez was his cousin who couldn't speak any English. And the telephone answer machine was behind a picture of Jesus on the wall. So every time the dude would call, he was like, "I'm in Tijuana. I got deported. I'm in Tijuana." And then, the cousin's like, "Jesus is in Tijuana." But like, the whole thing
I want to watch the movie again.
The whole thing was he was trying to make it back across the border, and every time he tried, he got caught. And then finally, he just took a whole big army full of illegals, and they all ran. It was glorious, like the Sound of Music type deal. Everybody was all arm in arm, fucking walking across the goddamn border.
I don't think that was the Sound of Music. I don't think that was a different Sound of Music, sir.
The music that was going there was
Yeah, that was definitely a different sound. That was the Sound of Music. It's not the German one.
The Springsteen song. It was like, "I was born in this LA, man. I was Born in East LA.
I feel like the amount of stereotypes we covered tonight will get us back on those lists. That's for sure. Well,
Right.
you know, yeah.
We haven't cut out any, so I don't think Al is out tonight.
Oh, don't worry. The nut is young. It's fine.
Shit, after this, I'm playing Mortal Kombat, so boot me off the server, fucker. I already finished the season.
On these departing words, this podcast can be taken down if I happen to run across $3,500. All right, that'd be cool. Secondly, I have no intention of going to a protest and go missing. If I'm missing, I'm in the woods. You guys already know this. I'm safe.
Yeah.
All right. I have no intentions of killing myself. I guarantee that.
Yeah, none of us are suicidal. Not one of us is. We are all happy with
German
life.
white. Oh, I cannot get.
No, that's Appalachian white. We're gonna say Appalachian white.
We're all gonna die. That's fine.
Oh, yeah. Make sure your health insurance is up to date.
For someone's benefit, at least. That's
right.
Well, I just got to take it anyway.
Tino's gonna run into the hospital. I got one in the chest. Oh no, your health care is up. Canada got free health care. Not anymore.
no.
You said you wanted to be an American. You're an American now. You have to pay for health care.
Until I get those guns, I'm not American.
Hey,
You gotta. It's
tell him,
all.
Tito. You tell him.
It's only. Yeah, I'm only. Unless I get the guns, I'm not gonna jump on that
You're
grenade
getting
for anybody.
shafted. Definitely
that's
getting
only-
shafted if you don't get the guns.
I mean,
like,
listen.
I feel like the first time Dino finally gets his gun, he's gonna get pulled over for something
Somebody's
stupid.
getting
And
hurt.
somebody's gonna shoot him in the leg, trying to get his
100%.
gun out of his pocket.
That's exactly what's gonna happen.
Somebody's gonna get hurt.
Yeah,
He's so tall, they're gonna be reaching up here to try to get in his pocket and
Yeah.
shit.
These
And they'll be like, that's my wiener and that's my gun. Oh God, that was a banana. We're all gonna die. That's
first
fine.
time ever, bullets are gonna self explode. Just in the box, no gun needed. It's a new model.
Yes. Right out of the gate. Yeah.
We got tired of hearing guns don't kill people. People kill people. It's not a bullet just explode.
Right. Still ain't the guns. Still ain't
Rub
the
it
guns.
and
Nope,
vigorously,
still not
and the gun just exploded. That's what happened. She was,
Right.
Yeah, a vigorous strip search and just went off. Not on me. All right.
All right. With that being said, everybody, thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you, Dino. Ricky, I hope you get to choke somebody over that money.
I just want it back, man.
That is definitely a chokeable offense at minimum.
100%.
Yeah.
And well, Dino, what you got coming up? You got anything going on tomorrow?
Tomorrow I got well, that's so fancy. Look at me. Everyone look at my name. It's so glorious. I'm very important. We got Mental Health is gonna be tomorrow night, and Saturday we have Hammer and Cheese. This past Monday we didn't do Life of Giants just because I had something come up. So Monday we'll be back at it. Sunday we have Generously Dan. There's tons of stuff, and then Mondays we have motherfucking Mondays because where we recap the shenanigans of the weekends. There's just too much shenanigans that we have to cover. So there's a lot. There's a lot to do.
Yep. And if you're in the Cleveland area, I'm performing up at the hotel by the airport Friday. And come on out there, bring your piece, your side piece, your main piece, your whatever piece. Come have a good time, see some comedians, have some music, have some drinks, and it's a 420 friendly event. So you do what you do. It's also they have specials at the hotel that it's being held at. I believe it's a room and breakfast for $129. So that's pretty decent.
I feel like 420 friendly should mean you have to be over 4 feet and you have to be older than 20 years old.
Well, either way,
enough.
yeah.
You know.
Well, no, because 4 foot. I'm in the midgets, man. I mean, what the fuck? We're just excluding the whole midgies.
No, as soon as they're under 410, they count. Is a small window. The really small ones, that's dangerous. You can hurt yourself or hurt them. They're very throwable.
High heels.
And, well, it'll go with the dress you have in your trunk.
And then Saturday night. I'm not sure if we're gonna be recording it or anything, but we're doing a little game night down at Greg's house.
Yeah, no, we're not recording that. I mean, we might get clips or something to throw it together or something like that, but yeah, we're not recording.
What kind of game night are we having on Saturday? What's
It's just basically like Cards Against Humanity and a couple other stupid little
Strip
games.
poker, you know.
Right.
interesting?
Mind your fucking business. But yeah, no.
As one does. That's fine.
Nights like that,
Eyes ahead.
I end up with a blowtorch under my balls. Or Jared's wife.
Saturday night, man. That's just Saturday night. What are you gonna do?
Or Jared's wife
Upside Down
ends up with a
Studios, just
Tito
saying.
Jenga on her head.
Right.
You know, one night,
Good
fucking
times.
Greg ended up with a fucking dolphin dick on his shoulder.
Most of us did that night, I think.
Oh boy. Anyways.
On that night, y'all. Good night.
Yeah.
He could